Hi, I'm Aubrey Shepherd. We're recording this on the 13th of January 2011, and I hope you'll take note of the Community Wildlife Habitat Project Fayetteville's working on, and let's see some of the pictures of what you could have in your yard and your neighborhood if you get involved with using native plants to garden here. Well, there's a fritillary on a butterfly milkweed. This is from last June 2010, and it'll brighten your day the way it's been brightening mine, I hope, as I selected these from some of the files. That's the native Rosa arkansana, and there you see a tiny soon-to-be grasshopper on one of those prairie roses, and they're pretty common in places where they're allowed to grow up, but a lot of people cut them out. You know, I'm not sure if that was a one of the tiny native. Well, let's jump on here. This, I can tell you, is a hackberry emperor butterfly, and that's my knee, or along near my knee. He lit on me. They come and thank me for keeping hackberry trees around, because those butterflies depend on hackberry trees. There's a white flower on a type of vine, and it also had a tiny insect. That's one of the many kinds of members of the aster family you'll see. Many yellows out on our prairies, on Pinnacle Prairie and World Peace Wetland Prairie and many other places. A couple of geese with one baby. And in past years, those two geese had several, but this year they were down to one in the summer. And they're at the pond, the detention pond at the Razorback baseball field. Well, these are some sample shots of the common milkweed, Asclepias syriaca, and it's got big leaves, so one plant may feed several monarch caterpillars and provide chance for more monarchs to survive and make the trip to Mexico and back. Well, that's a plover. It's a killdeer is what we call them, and but it's in the plover family, and it was out on the sidewalk, and I just had to get a little shot of that. That combined Asclepias viridis, the spider milkweed, and it's pretty common at the World Peace Wetland Prairie and Pinnacle Prairie. That's a milkwort. That's also a tiny flower. It looks pretty big there, but when you see it in my hand, it'll look a little bit, show you just how small it really is in this close-up kind of picture. But I love those, and there are lots of milkworts, and that's one of my favorite. It's fairly common in northwest Arkansas also. There you can see, compare it with a finger, and note that it's not all that large. Okay, yeah, right between the fingers. So I love that one enough. I put it in there 3 or 4 times, but you just see them a short time, it seems, in most places. Okay, that's one of the native, excuse me, it's one of the native sunflowers, and there's a bumblebee on there. And there, of course, is the blazing star flower with another beautiful butterfly, which is known to be a buckeye butterfly. And, of course, the northern cardinal, that one's eating the seeds of the tall, all right, well, that's enough from World Peace Wetland Prairie in this short take. Until next time, this is Aubrey Shepherd asking you to do your part to help keep the water clean, the air pure, and the woods green. See ya.
Fayetteville Public Access Television is a public service provided by the City of Fayetteville to help residents exercise their First Amendment rights. The views and opinions expressed on this channel are not necessarily those of the staff or management of Fayetteville Public Access Television or the City of Fayetteville.
Hello, I'm Dick Bennett for the Omni Center for Peace, Justice, and Ecology. This is your Omni Book Forum in Review. I'm here to tell you today about a new excellent book edited by Paul Burkhart entitled American Wars, Illusions, and Realities. First, I want to read one paragraph from the introduction, and then, given the amount of time I have left, to read from the table of contents to give you an idea of the scope of such a book. The purpose of this book, Mr. Burkhart writes, is to present the truth about the many illusions that guide United States foreign policy. We Americans hold dear the values of honor and truth and compassion. We feel self-assured about our role in the world, and we are realistic about the world's response. These values are presented by our leaders as reasons to fight our wars. Our quest for democracy is honorable and certain to help other nations, even though the short-term path to success may necessitate a period of intense suffering. But perhaps we are fooling ourselves. The rest of the world tells us we are wrong and that they fear our government more than any other. We may be unaware of the truth, or indifferent, or too absorbed by our daily lives to take the time to understand the bigger picture as sketched by the world for our benefit. That is the purpose of this book, to show how illusions about war are distorting our own cherished values and making it more important than ever to learn about war's sobering reality. For those of you who have just tuned in, I'm Dick Bennett for the Omni Peace Center, discussing the book American Wars, Illusions, and Reality. Now, a few of the chapters in the book. Part 1. Americans value honor. We fight for the right reasons. Illusion 1. We fight for peace and democracy. Illusion 2. We fight to defend our personal freedom. Part 2. Americans value truthfulness. We can believe our decision makers. Illusion 3. Our government tells us the truth about our wars. Illusion 4. We stay in Iraq to prevent further bloodshed among Iraqis. Illusion 5. The mainstream media gives us balanced reporting. So you can see what kind of book this is. A book that tries to pierce the illusions that have cost us trillions and trillions of dollars and caused the deaths and the suffering of millions of other people. Thank you. This has been Dick Bennett for the Omni Center for Peace, Justice, and Ecology.